morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on where you are at in the world. And welcome to this channel, Freya's Crone. My name is Melody. For those of you who are new to this channel, welcome. And welcome back to my returning subscribers from my other channel. I'm grateful for each and every one of you guys and all the love and support that you've been giving me on this YouTube journey. So when you come into this live stream, give me a frenzy, either by double tapping the screen or just simply hitting that thumbs up. Make sure you leave me a comment in the comment section below and let me know if this general reading resonates with you. It is a general reading, not a personal reading, so only take what resonates with you. And if you are not yet subscribed to this channel, hit that subscribe button and a little notification bell so that you know when I post video or when I go live. All of that helps out this channel, and I am very, very grateful for all of your love and support. All right. So this video is for this week of August 9th through August 15th. Right? Yeah. August 15th. This week we have a solar eclipse in Leo. And this is also for the element of water. Cancer, Pisces, and Scorpio. The energies have been very, very intense today. The readings have been very, very deep. So, let's go ahead and get started. So let's clear out your energy. Water signs. You see how that thing about got knocked out of my hand? Somebody's getting knocked off their pedestal this week. All right. So let's go ahead and get started here. So first we're going to talk about water signs. We're going to talk about the solar eclipse. So this is the first solar eclipse in the fresh Leo Aquarius axis of the North nodes and South nodes, the nodal eclipse series. The North node is rolling back into Aquarius and the South node is rolling back into Leo. The new moon is a total solar eclipse in Leo. It will be on August 12th at 1:36 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you have a different time zone, check in with your personal time zone, all right? It will be at 20 degrees, 8 minutes of Leo. 28. That's why I'm seeing that. So this is a powerful lunation kicking off the second major eclipse season this year, with faded and highly transformative cosmic energy. The astrological significance of this eclipse is a faded course correction, overriding personal intent, acting as a wild card, accelerates abrupt closing chapters that no longer serve you to clear the path for a higher destiny, revelation. So there's going to be a lot of tower moments happening this week. We have the falling crown, which Leo governs leadership, royalty, pride, and ego. Structural breakdowns of existing power dynamics. The fall of outdated rulers, globally and eternally. A radical reset of identity. So on a global level or a macrocosm level, snakes' heads are about to start coming off here. The breakdown of the change or the old structure, the old paradigm of control, because Leo rules control, is coming to a head. I feel like this is the beginning of the end, where humanity is about to elevate. We're about to escalate or elevate into this sixth root race. I've been talking about this, where we're about to access our higher selves, our higher dimensions, our Christ consciousness for some of you out there. All right. So again, the Leo Aquarius axis, dismantling old ego-driven patterns, making room for more decentralized, community-minded alignment. We're finding our soul tribes. With the North Node in Aquarius, we're finding our soul tribes, our twin flames, our like-minded individuals, all right? So what to do and what not to do. Do not do manifesting rituals. Avoid avoid forcing major launches, ritual manifestations, ego-driven confrontations. Eclipse energy is unpredictable and can easily backfire. So on a microcosm level, if you've been under spiritual attack and witchcraft attack, the backfires are about to start happening here. So prioritize reflection. Sit back and observe what's naturally falling away. Lean into your shadow work, self-inquiry, and eternal healing. Embrace the rebirth. Strip away false armor. Nurture your inner child. Figure out how to step into your authentic creativity without needing constant external validation. All right. In other words, trusting your heart. All right. So let's go ahead and get started here, water signs. Let's see what's going on. For the element of water, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. Excuse my nail polish. It is chipping off. So I just polished them this morning and they're just, I don't know. They're just, I can't keep nail polish on my fingers. All right. So Cancers, what's going on with the Cancer Collective? The solar eclipse for the Cancer Collective, please and thank you, Spirit. Cancer Collective. Oh, beautiful. A new start is coming. The new moon energy. So when the eclipse is in totality, their new start is happening. Yeah, a fiery climax is approaching though. Something about maybe somebody's identity with the Aries here. A volcanic eruption could be happening. Some sort of a major quake on a global level, some sort of a major earthquake, some sort of a major volcanic eruption. Something about the ring of fire is what I'm feeling. Something about that could be significant. Our dreams needed more practical plans, and somebody could have prophetic dreams. With the Taurus, Chiron is retrograde in Taurus, which talks about our daily routines, the possessions, our values, our money, something like that. Something is coming to an eclipse here. Nothing will come of a situation. It's time to release negativity. Full moon in Scorpio. So something is definitely being about self-reflection, doing the shadow work, because Scorpio would rule your shadow side. So Cancer, a new start is coming. Congratulations, Cancer Collectives. All right. So what's an archetype that Cancer is setting in? I had to look at the name of the deck. Okay. So it's something about the shadow side, a prostitute, facing material considerations and security above self-empowerment. So Cancer, you're definitely doing some shadow works when it comes to people persecuting, pointing fingers. I'm hearing Mary Magdalene. Mary Magdalene, a lot of people persecuted her and mocked her and made fun of her, called her a prostitute, called her a hooker, called her, bad names, right? So I feel like Cancer, this is happening to you where you're facing them shadows of not caring what other people think and feel about you. You're not caring. If it doesn't value, you're letting it go. You're just letting it go. See how there's like a pile of money. We did get to Taurus there. Accentuates the challenge of surviving without negotiating the power of your spirit. But I'm feeling Cancer, you're definitely in your shadow. You are doing the shadow work of, you know what? If you don't value me, if you don't appreciate me, then I don't need you. It's like you're letting things fall away that no longer serve you. Yeah, of playing the victim. Prevent you from letting yourself be victimized and victimizing others. So yeah, you're facing that shadow, which is helping you to alchemize it into the light of being the victim of somebody's persecution. What did I say about alchemization? You're alchemizing it. You're alchemizing your shadow side. of being the victim of other people's misery and other people's slanderous words and other people's defamation of character. You're transforming that. All right, so that is beautiful. There you go, Cancer. That is what I see. So we're going to get more into the reading. So let's go ahead into Pisces. Pisces, what's the solar eclipse energy for the Pisces collective, please and thank you, Spirit? What is the solar eclipse energy around the Pisces collective? What do you need to release? So you're letting go of the iciness of your emotions, the bitterness. You're going to be bold, make some sort of a first move here. But I feel like your head, pride and ego is stopping you from making some sort of a move when it comes to releasing something that no longer serves you. Look at the bigger picture, full moon in Sagittarius. So the full moon talks about reflection. The moon shines bright in the darkness. So there is something that is being illuminated on your shadow side that you need to take a deeper look into when it comes to your intentions, when it comes to travel, when it comes to your spirituality or religion, when it comes to how to be free yourself, right? Because if you look, your attention is way off here. Like it should be way up here somewhere. It's way over here. Also, something about timing could be significant. Somebody, for somebody here, somebody's angel may have intercepted somebody's intention and like threw it off to the side for somebody here too, for Pisces, and that may be what you're taking a deeper look into. Sagittarius rules the 9th house. Alrighty, so what is an archetype? Yep, you're definitely in your shadow side. This talks about somebody who has a God complex. Excessive feelings of entitlement, rulership without restraint. Yeah, somebody has a God complex here. Somebody is definitely in their shadow side. And something is being illuminated to you. I feel like about somebody's protection. You took something to the here. You took something to the excessive here, possibly with the Sagittarius. And now you're being forced to look at something deep within thyself about, right, some sort of an intention that got thrown away. Like you're something that you did out of a God complex shadow side. The divine intervened and threw it off. Like they intervene here. Because you took something to the excess out of a shadow, like a negative emotion. A king out of a God complex. Do you see how I have my finger over the G? You could have been hiding this. Somebody's name could be Nick. Gossip. Yep. Gossiping. Spreading a lot of lies, spreading a lot of rumors. Going around, taking advantage of somebody's vulnerability. Acting like you were a mentor, but you actually wasn't. You were only there to gain wisdom and knowledge so that you could spread it like freaking fire. All right, that's enough of that. Scorpios. What's going on with the Scorpio collective? What's the solar eclipse energy around what's the solar eclipse energy around the Scorpio collective, please and thank you. Surrender to the divine. So you are actually doing some internal reflection here. And whatever is coming up that needs to be released, I see you surrendering it to the divine. You are shifting your belief system from that's not possible to anything is possible. You're just handing everything over. Yep. And you're doing that internal healing of any bitterness, any sourness that you may be carrying here. You're breathing it out. You could be doing breathing exercises, which is helping you to release any cloudiness in your head. Um, when it comes to your higher self, when it comes to connecting with your higher mind, so to speak. Yeah, you're releasing this toxic emotion because you know that um whatever it is, nothing is set in stone. There's like a divine purpose for everything. Congratulations, my Scorpio collective. So that's what you're letting go of. The head and the involved in this. You're doing breathing exercises. You're trusting in the divine. You know that, when the divine's involved, it comes on divine timing. The divine removes things. The divine sets things in place, right? Nothing is set in stone when you're on a spiritual journey. So a lot of internal reflection, and you're learning to adapt to your situation. You're learning to adapt to the energies. This is beautiful, Scorpio. Beautiful energy. So what archetype are you setting in? Mother wounds. So smothering or abandoning children, instilling guilt in children for becoming independent. So Scorpio, it's like you're in the shadow side of addressing your mother wounds when it comes to, I feel, brainwashing. Trickster, transcending convention stiffness and predicting behavior, manipulating others through duplicity, some sort of magic, seeing the light of something. Seeing the light of the divines, perhaps unpredictable behavior. You could be seeing the light of somebody who was trying to manipulate something through magic as well. Somebody who has mother wounds. Somebody who has brainwashed a child or brainwashed your own inner child. The brainwashing and how it's tricked you. Somebody could be realizing too how magical their thoughts are. By facing that shadow of social construct is what I'm feeling. Social constructing. Yeah, a slave. Surrendering your power of choice to the divine. I'm telling you, surrendering your power of choice to the divine in complete trust. I'm telling you, this is beautiful energy here, Scorpio. Congratulations. I love it. Alrighty, so let's go ahead. Can I have some more thumbs up there? Water signs, I'd greatly appreciate it if you could. If you're here and you're watching, you're resonating. All right, so what is it that you need to know this week? What is it that the element of water needs to know this week? Please and thank you, Holy Spirit. Yeah, you're completing this cycle of going around and around and around and around. You're completing this cycle of repetitive patterns in your life. Perhaps for some of you, you could be breaking generational curses. All right. So you definitely have some sort of a message coming in from observing you. See that? I feel like not when the eclipse is in totality, maybe when it's coming back through and you got this quarter of the moon showing, or this could be happening in between the eclipse, between a new moon and a solar eclipse. You could be getting some sort of a message. Water signs. You gotta have somebody watching right now this week. Also, for some of you, this could be a message coming in from the divine. Like a higher self message coming in. because you're breaking out of that repetitive pattern of brainwashing from when you were a child. You're breaking out of that repetitive pattern of being mentally enslaved as a child. Healing those inner child wounds for some of you out there. All right, so communication, a sign, a klidon, the ancient name for a spontaneous oracle delivered innocently by the speaker. Hello. Pointing the way to your highest good. Spirit sends you signs when you ask for them. What did I say about a message coming in from the divine? Didn't I say a higher self message coming down straight from the divine, like a download, or, you know, being that clear channel, to speak? Water signs, see the water being that clear channel. When you believe, you will receive them. And when you allow yourself to become fluent in the language of symbols, oracles, and omens, they may come to you as a bird flying by, a logo on a truck, a song on the radio. Listen, before I started this video, as I was setting it up, I don't know what I was doing, but I was looking to this side, and somehow my fingers have a mind of their own, so they touch things like on screen. I'll just say it that way. It's because I have, which is a nervous disorder. So my fingers will just randomly touch things without, like I can't control it sometimes. So I touched a video that I did with songs on it. And it was the Eagles, the of my love. And I'm like, what the heck just happened here? I didn't mean to touch that. So that could be significant. The best of my love. You could have somebody who's watching you, water signs, that is observing you, delivered messages, or you could be getting messages straight down the divine when it comes to music. Maybe you're already like me, maybe you channel music, something along them lines. Go check out them videos. All right. Expect confirmation that you're pointed in the right direction. Keep your ears open, for someone might say just the right thing that will give you the answer to your query. Today, your message is Spirit hears you, and the reply is favorable. Yes, because somebody's watching you. But this is in a positive way. The star with the new moon in, or the North Node being an Aquarius. The North Node is our spiritual journey. This is a spiritual soulmate who is reminiscing the best of my love. I'm seeing 2, 3, 4, so that could be significant. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Doesn't take much to make me happy and make me smile with glee. No, never will I feel discouraged, because our love's no mystery. I hope this is the eagle. Oh yeah, it is. So somebody is watching you, because our love's no mystery. Demonstrating love and affection that you give so openly. Yeah, I like the way you make me feel about you, baby. Want the whole wide world to see. I'm telling you, somebody's watching you on the web. Oh, you've got the best of my love. You've got the best of my love. Oh, you got the best of my love. Girl, going in and out of changes, the kind that comes around each day. My life has a better meaning. Love has kissed me in a beautiful way. Oh yeah, my love. Oh yeah. You got the best of my love. Yeah, and it just could be demonstrating sweet love and affection that you give openly. The way I feel about you, baby, I can't explain it. The way I feel about you, baby, can't explain it. Want the whole wide world to see. Oh, but in my heart, you're all I need, for you for me and me for you, my love. Oh yeah, it's growing every day. Oh yeah, oh, you got the best of my love. Here's repeating. And it's like repeating the chorus here. Every night I'm lying in bed holding you close in my dreams. Oh, that's by the Emotions. That's not the one I wanted. I wanted the Eagles. I don't know why I read that. Every night I'm lying in bed holding you close in my dreams so you could be dreaming about somebody. Thinking about all the things that we said and coming apart at the seams. We try to talk it over, but the words come out too rough. I know you are trying to give me the best of your love. Beautiful faces and loud empty places. Look at the way we live. Wasting our time on cheap talk and wine left us so little to give. The same old crowd was like a cold, dark cloud, but we never could rise above. But here in my heart, I give you the best of my love. So I read the wrong song here, but there's something about maybe that other song you need to know. I'm going back in time and it's a sweet dream. It's a quiet night and I would be all right if I could go on sleeping. But every morning I wake up and worry what's going to happen today. You see it your way and I see it mine, but we both see it slipping away. You know, we always had each other. I guess that wasn't enough. But here in my heart, I give you the best of my love. Sweet darling, you get the best of my love. Oh, oh, oh. Sweet darling, every night and day. So somebody is dreaming about, somebody is heavily reminiscing. And they're watching you on the web or watching you on social media somewhere. All right. So, and they could be wanting to reply or wanting to reach out to you. My crown chakra is spinning like, whoo, my, is all I can say. Perspective, objectivity, neutral observation from a distance. Most people see the world through personal lenses. They closely identify with their feelings and experiences so much that they come to believe that these are the only reality. There are times when you need distance in order to gain perspective and understand your circumstances from a more neutral advantage. So you could have come together with somebody. This is for my single water signs. You come together with somebody and then you separated because you just couldn't get along. There was a differences of opinions. There was a differences in words. There was just some sort of a major difference here. For my single water signs, this is a message for you. And you may have had to separate to see something from a different perspective with that full moon in Sagittarius energy about some sort of somebody's intention. Now is one of those times in your life, right? You get the best of my love, something about timing. This is a perfect moment for you to begin to do some exploring. Instead of only considering yourself, consider what you need to understand about the conditions, people, culture, and environment you're engaged with. You'll be so happy you did. Illumination is the miracle you seek and will indeed find. So, yeah, so I feel like for somebody here, a miracle is about to occur. 15, 13, 8. 28 is coming through again. What is it with the number 28? Oh, I know what it is. 20 degrees, 8 minutes of Leo. That's why I keep seeing 28 all over these daggone readings. 20 degrees and 8 minutes of Leo this is very important for the collective for some reason. That's why I keep seeing 28 all over this reading. All right. So what are the crows warning the water signs about? Self-interest. So you have a mouse around you in the collective who is gathering up little niblets of information for their own self-interest. They could be preparing something or they didn't prepare you to break you, because this card talks about the crows strategically placing the clam on this boat so that when the cars ran over it, it would break them apart. So somebody was nibbling on every little piece of information in your social circle to, like, in a strategically plan to try to break you, right? To try to break you. Because look at the crow, grab a clam, trying to open it up to get some meat. All right, somebody could have rejected somebody. Somebody could have rejected their offer, and I thought they were cunning. They thought they had the plan under wraps here. A strategic plan to break somebody by trying to ruin their reputation. Remember, that was the Cancer, the prostitute. So we have the community. The community talks about Aquarius energy in the North Node, where it talks about two different communities of birds, the community that's on a spiritual side and the community that's on a religious side, where you have two different points of view. Illusion. So the illusion talks about the crow who flies past a storefront window and sees a reflection of himself in a mirror and wants to pick a fight. So you have two groups or two communities of people. This talks about on a global level how the division is in the spiritual community. The division where it's like I'm right, you're wrong, red, blue pill. Red pill, blue pill energy, where there's that division. So the illusion is cracking in the collective. For somebody out here on a macrocosm level, on a microcosm level, this talks about, like I said, two different communities of individuals who are not on the same page, where what you're mirroring back to them, they do not like to see. So they want to pick some sort of a fight. All right, so let's go ahead and we're going to pull some tarot cards. Clarify the message in the bottle. Clarify the message in the bottle. Somebody could be telepathic here. And that could be what's going on here. Somebody may have had some sort of plan to invade somebody's free will into their mental body. Oh, look, the Fool. Look at this, a new beginning. Ooh, I'm telling you, message in a bottle. You are taking some sort of a leap of faith. You are staying loyal to the divine, and you are trusting the divine when you jump off of this cliff that they got you. See, there's a purification happening. You are packing lightly on this journey by letting go of negative emotions. I feel like I'm talking to a Cancer, letting go of negative emotions, of letting people who do not value you or appreciate you fall away. And it's like you're learning to trust your own intuition. You're learning to trust your higher self messages, because instead of going around and around and around and second guessing yourself and searching for that outside validation, you're breaking that old pattern of searching for yourself for like using sexual energy for happiness, searching outside of yourself for happiness. Beautiful. Oh, look, Knight of Cups. Then here comes your knight in shining armor. Somebody who's a non-traditionalist. This person could be a Taurus. Here comes your knight in shining armor who doesn't do things in a traditional way. This also could represent the structure of religion falling, where the community of the red pill, blue pill, of the division on a macrocosm, a global level, that structure of religion is falling. The mask is being off of how religion is a social structure. The illusion is cracking. Look at that. For somebody here. For on a microcosm level, when it comes to your personal agenda, you definitely have somebody coming your way who is watching you. A knight in shining armor who wants to come in and offer you this cup of love. This is somebody who does things in a non-traditional way. This is somebody who's very stubborn, very bullheaded. Somebody who lays at night thinking about the past. This is somebody who enters your dreams, but this is definitely somebody who's thinking about the past. This is somebody very stubborn. Very, very stubborn is watching. Somebody could be cracking the illusion of their emotions because maybe they're seeing something on a World Wide Web about a particular person. Maybe they're watching somebody's social media for somebody out there. All right. So let's go ahead and talk about what's this past week and how is it influencing this week for the element of water. So yeah, if somebody was trying to defame or defamation of character, trying to how do I want to say this? Defamation of character by trying to use somebody's picture or somebody's name on social media, trying to ruin their reputation, that's getting exposed because the illusion is cracking. Somebody's about to see the truth of the situation. All right, yeah, so past situations, somebody either wants to mend a bridge or come across, walk towards you, right? Come towards you real quick, or come, I don't know why I said that, come towards you. Something about North Node and South Node. Aquarius in North Node and South Node in Leo. Yeah, this is somebody who's very stable, very solid. This somebody could be, yeah, this is somebody who has a healthy self-esteem. Somebody could be getting a wish granted. But the Nine of Cups talks about somebody who is happy within themselves. They don't need somebody else to make themselves happy. They understand that they already got everything they need. They don't need outside validation. They don't need to search for happiness in somebody else's wand or somebody else's clam. They don't need that. They did the inner work. They did the inner healing, right? So the next step of the Nine of Cups is the Ten of Cups, which talks about marriage, unity. It talks about family, all right? So the bridge, when it comes to the past influencing this week, I'm telling you, somebody is carrying some sort of a burden, a hardship, lessons, spirit of the cross. So what did I say about mocking and persecuting, right? With Mary Magdalene, mocking and persecuting, carrying some sort of a burden. So bats could be significant. You need to look up and see what the bat means for you. Maybe something about a cemetery, because this looks like a gate. Somebody was trying to gatekeep somebody. Yeah, but something wasn't as it seems. Maybe that's what they're gaining clarity of. They're observing something. Something isn't as it seems when it comes to maybe balancing out a relationship, when it comes to some sort of a soul contract. Somebody could be receiving karma for trying to make somebody feel all alone. Something about a dog. Yeah, trying to make something, trying to confuse somebody. Somebody who is clouded in their headspace, right? Trying to manipulate their free will, cloud their mental body, trying to cause a lot of confusion, right? Somebody who could have used some sort of an elemental to play in somebody's mental body, right? To play in their, cause them depression, cause them mental illness, right? Look, I'm telling you, mocking somebody, the hardships of being mocked and persecuted, the crown of thorns with the cross, the Jesus essence is coming through here. Somebody realizes that somebody is a unicorn with wings. Somebody is unique. Somebody has wings on their back, right? Somebody could have been saying somebody's delusional. All right, so past influences of the cross and the bridge. I'm telling you, the Emperor. Somebody was trying to steal somebody's spiritual identity. That's why they were mocking them and persecuting them and, um, you know, trying to divide them to make them feel alone, make them feel persecuted, just to pick a fight with somebody. Somebody did something just to pick a fight with somebody. So the Emperor rules Aries. We have some retrogrades happening in Aries, but the Aries rules the first house of bad attitude. New beginnings. That we have the new beginnings, the leap of faith with the message in the bottle. Somebody definitely has spiritual authority. So somebody is identifying with our spiritual authority here. Somebody, this could be like the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit too, with the Spirit of the Cross. Somebody, I feel for somebody here, you're building the bridge between heaven and earth with the cross and the thorns. You went through everything. The mockery, the persecution, the torment, the pain, the suffering, just like Jesus did, right? So that you could build the bridge between heaven and earth. Yep, you did the work. You broke free of that cloudiness. You broke free of that mental cage. You broke free of the cloudiness of being, of your intrusive thoughts, of people manipulating your free will, and you moved on. Somebody could have been trying to master a craft. Yep. Somebody is not celebrating something. Cancer. Somebody is not celebrating something and somebody is moving on. Yep. And the sun is shining down upon them. Success, happiness, joy, love, loving of their inner child, the loving of the child of the Most High and highest light and resonance, the divine child, a chosen one here. All right. So let's move on to the present situation. What's happening this week for the element of water? Somebody is getting their flowers. See the Queen of Swords? Somebody is receiving some sort of a gift. The Queen of Swords talks about that message coming down from the divine in the Queen of Swords energy. So somebody could be a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, because somebody has learned the lessons. They mastered their gifts. So the divine could be bringing a gift into somebody, or somebody's father figure, somebody who's already on the other side. Look, we have the Fish, the Queen of Cups here. Somebody definitely is listening to their intuition, right? And that they know that they got some sort of a spiritual abundance coming their way. And you got somebody who is side-eyeing, evil-eyeing. Yeah, somebody who their illusion is cracking. It's being revealed. So the present with the flowers, with the Queen of Swords and the 9 energy. Yep, somebody's mask is getting ripped off. I'm telling you, 999, profound lessons are at hand. Completion of a cycle is near. I told you, 999. So this week, the completion of a very hard lesson and burden that somebody has been carrying is coming to a completion, where somebody is stepping into their divine authority. And they're identifying with the fact that they are this Pegasus. They're a unicorn with wings. In other words, not an archangel, maybe somebody is. Identifying with their spiritual authority of who they are. The unicorn with wings, a Pegasus. So somebody is, this community of people who have been warned are learning lessons, because their illusion that they were preparing to break somebody is cracked now. Somebody could be realizing that somebody did something just to pick a fight with them. I'm telling you, look, email. Oh, it's a mystery. Yeah, I know where that came from, Pisces. I don't know where that mysterious email came from. I don't know where it came from. That's a big fat lie. Big fat lie. Alrighty, so let's go ahead and clarify the present moment with the flowers, and profound lessons are at hand. Completion of a cycle is near. So this is a blood moon, so that lunar eclipse in Pisces could be very significant. Give me a tarot card, please. Yep, the Four of Swords in reverse. See the three swords coming up, like pointing up towards this person? That's the heartache, the despair. Somebody is gaining the truth here, right? Seeing the truth with the sword. The yellow rules your solar plexus, your fire energy. Does this not look like somebody kneeling down asking for forgiveness? Okay, so 13 is significant. 13 talks about endings. Also rules the Scorpio card, endings and rebirth, death and rebirth. Somebody could be going through an ego death here. And somebody who is trying to mock and persecute a child of the divine, a chosen one, they're going to be going through some heartache here. See them three swords? One's going into the crown, one's going into the heart, and one is going into the solar plexus. Look, somebody holds the world in their hand. Somebody is definitely watching somebody from a distance. They don't want to let something go. This is a lover. They're studying and learning. It's like waiting for the right opportunity to come in and tell you something or express something. Hidden influences. Hidden influences for the element of water. Hidden influences for the element of water. Yep, somebody is blocked from traveling towards you. Your pain and suffering is over. Your rebirth is here. Yep. And a side eye, right? They're coming towards you. We have the King and the Queen, the Pentacles, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, and the Queen of Cups, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. Somebody definitely sees something here. Somebody definitely sees something. You know, you have these two fishies swimming away, right? 7-7 can be significant. So why is the ship in reverse for hidden influences? Spirit of the dog, friendship, companion, undying loyalty. So there could be a friend involved. This could be a friend who is watching another person. Apron and service. Somebody lost their head when it comes to being of service to humanity. You know, you have spirit of the dog here. When it talks, see the moon in the background. That full moon is very important. The full moon in Pisces. This person could have come in as a hidden, this is a hidden enemy who come in and acted like they were a friend, acting like they were loyal, acting like they were of service to humanity, told you everything you wanted to hear, right? This is Thor's hammer coming down on a situation. Spirit of armor, defense, tactical, and guarded. This is somebody thought they had a particular plan, right? This is somebody who, again, is armored with the Most High. And somebody tried to force somebody out of a defense mechanism to see their side of a situation. You know what? Listen, you got a diamond here. So guess what? A diamond is made under pressure, right? So that's that strength card, pressured, right? A diamond is created when a lump of coal, the darkness, is put under pressure. So somebody could be pressured here. Look, somebody could be pressuring somebody with a gun, trying to force either their way in or force somebody into a relationship. Yeah, white, light, innocent, purity, and safety. So somebody could be mourning something. Somebody is intoxicated. Somebody could be trying to shame somebody. The prostitute energy with the Cancer collective. Somebody could be trying to shame somebody. Somebody could be, you know, trying to, like I said, defamation of character, ruin somebody's reputation, persecute, mock them, right? Mock them. Somebody being, you know, one side being spiritual, one side being religious. So religious people could be mocking somebody who's spiritual, gathering up a group of people in the community just to pick a fight with somebody here. Somebody could have traveled to across this bridge, could have astral traveled for some of you here, to put a lot of pressure on you, right, with the boat. So somebody's definitely blocked this week. Give me the boat reverse, the dog, the apron, force, hammer, defense. Okay, yep. Something's being exposed. These 5 people. This exposure is blocking somebody from coming across this bridge, from moving towards you. Yeah, not. And what they don't realize is somebody is a wounded warrior. Somebody is a wounded warrior. See how he's side-eyeing somebody? You got the 3 wands on this side. This talks about waiting for an opportunity, right? And then you got the 5 wands on this side to pick a fight. Waiting for an opportunity to pick a fight. With a wounded warrior who's already been knocked over, who has been mocked, who has been persecuted, who has carried a lot of heavy burdens, who has been, you know, like I said, knocked off their pedestal. But every time they got knocked over, they come back up with some sort of inspiration, some sort of growth. This side-eyer, gathering up a community of people, waiting for the opportunity to pick a fight, right? To put somebody under pressure. Somebody, like something about the cat coming through. See how he's got his tongue sticking out? It looks like somebody, like, it looks like she's shoving his mouth closed. And he's biting his tongue. So somebody needs to bite their tongue. They need to control their mouth with this community of people. Somebody literally could be eating their words, so to speak. That's the hidden influence. So what is hidden is coming to the light. It's being revealed. That the pressure is on. Somebody could be bringing a gun. Please, I'm not trying to scare you. I'm trying to prepare you. This is somebody who could come in as a loyal friend. Wanting to expose this gun to manipulate somebody. All right. 1, 2, 3. So obstacles this week for the element of water. Yeah, you need to find peace. First of all. Second of all, we have King of Swords here. So the King of Swords is the obstacle. This could be a cop for somebody here. Somebody of authority, like a PI, a cop, because we do have the Emperor there. This could be a cop. Could be a dirty cop trying to force their way into a situation. The King of Swords represents authority figure. Judge, cop, lawyer, something along them lines. Yep, this is a sneaky snake. Something's coming back around and biting them on their ass for some sort of manipulation tactic, right? With their messages, with their words, with their mockery. Yep, this is somebody who thought they were sly and cunning. The fox coming through the second time. Somebody thought they were sly. Somebody thought they were cunning with their words, right? Mocking somebody, persecuting somebody, trying to ruin somebody's reputation, being a master manipulator, a sneaky snake. Trying, like, preparing this behind somebody's scenes to humiliate and to pick a fight with somebody, to jump them, to, yeah. Yep, you're taking a closer look at something. Something about nighttime could be significant. So obstacles with the flowers, the lilies, peace, King of Swords, obstacles. I'm telling you, rest in peace. Roses, red rose, I'm telling you, with the flowers, cleansing, healing of emotions, grounding somebody. So you really need to ground your Earth Star chakra, which is on the bottom of your feet, and your root chakra, which is tailbone, to help you cleanse and heal some sort of insecurity that you may be feeling when it comes to love. All right, so obstacle with the peace and the urn. Yeah, King of Cups. Somebody's father could be passing away. To me, this also represents, especially with the King of Swords here, somebody going through an ego death. Somebody going through an ego death and becoming more spiritually aware with their intuition. Somebody who is, you know, very intuitive, very psychic. Somebody who could be a medium. Doesn't matter, male or female. This talks about embracing your masculinity. So somebody who is creating obstacles could be passing away. This also, like I said, could be a father figure. Look, Hermit. Virgo energy. Somebody is going through a lot of pain and suffering here. The Hermit card is, you know, somebody who goes to that dark soul, right? Goes to the dark night of the soul, addresses all those wounds, all the pain, all the suffering, all the mockery, all the persecution, everything that they have been through, so that they can find all the missing pieces of themselves. This could be a past life relationship, but this also could talk about them inner child wounds that has kept somebody from thinking clearly, that has kept somebody from seeing their way out of a situation. See the Three Swords, heartache, despair. The Five of Swords, with not feeling wanted, feeling abandoned, you know, some sort of abandonment issues, always trying to fit in, always trying to shrink themselves to fit in somewhere. Somebody's going through an ego death here. This is somebody, again, it could be a cop, it could be a PI, it could be a detective. For somebody here. Alrighty, let's move on to outside influences for the element of water. Yep. Somebody is going through a storm this week. Maybe a storm on a global level. Like maybe somebody is awakening to the fact that our weather is out of this world. Like it could be being manipulated by like harp or whatever that is. It's not a natural phenomenon, so to speak. Um, Somebody is secretly married for somebody out here. So we have outside influences. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. So outside influences is, this could talk about the storms outside. It could also talk about on a macrocosm level, but on a microcosm level, this is some sort of um, an arrogant, self-centered individual who is going through a stormy phase this week because of their arrogance, because of their bad attitude. Somebody who has a God complex. They're going through an ego death, or they could literally be passing away from some sort of heart problems for somebody here. So let's go ahead and see outside influences for the element of water. Yeah, community, social, companionship. So Ganesha could be coming through here. And then we have the giraffe, perception, foresight, and advantage. So somebody could have taken advantage of somebody. See how the child is on this card? It's talking about the inner child wounds. So stepping outside of that box is very, very important in seeing something from a higher perspective when it comes to people, places, and situations around you. Realizing who your true friend is and realizing who is your deadly warrior. Seeing something from that higher perspective. Yep. Being very intuitive, receptive, nurturing. This is a feminine side, the divine feminine. Being freed from something. We have Pisces. The solution, a spiritual key. Somebody is receiving their spiritual key here. Somebody could have been trying to steal somebody's spiritual key. Yeah, somebody is very vain. Somebody could have did some sort of mirror magic. It could be mirroring something to somebody. Marrying to somebody that you are whole. You found all the missing pieces of who you are through that dark night of the soul, through all the pain and suffering that you've endured. All right, so outside influences, the temperance. So yes, the temperance card talks about, this could definitely be a Sagittarius. Why? Because they took some sort of a risk. This also could be a fallen angel. A Sagittarius who's a fallen angel. Only take the message if they resonate. Mm-hmm. This also talks about being impatient. Being impatient. I'm getting that Taurus energy, the fallen angel. The fallen angels on a global level who come down and fornicated with the women of earth and made giants. That literally happened. Taught them all their evil ways. Because we have a giraffe. A giraffe is a very tall animal. They got a long neck, right? He's kneeling down. So somebody tried to get you to kneel down to them. But he's kneeling down so that he can, like, so that this little child can feed it, right? So somebody wanted you to kneel down, right? Kneel down to me. You have to kneel now. This talks about religion, kneeling down to a false God, the neon god. This is breaking this week. What's being revealed is the fallen angels on a macrocosm level. Yeah, look, Hermit. The old souls, the old gods, and all the pain and suffering that they've caused for the little children. By blinding people, keeping them blind to what they are doing. By causing division. Wow, okay, this reading just took a freaking turn. Yeah. All right, so that's the outside influence. So this is being like illuminated this week. The illusion. All right. So for some of you, maybe that's why, you know, somebody is, maybe that's why you've been going through a lot of spiritual warfare. The mockery, the persecution, just like Jesus went through, and Mary Magdalene. Because you may be part of the 144 who are down here to crack the illusion about the control mechanism of the fallen angels. For somebody here. I don't know. Let's move on. The best course of action. This reading just took a twist. Wow. All right. So the best course of action. So I feel like the outside influence is go within thyself, right? Go within thyself, reflect internally, figure out what's out of balance, do some inner child healing, because Leo does rule the inner child. Do that inner child healing. Bring yourself back into a state of balance. And this will help for the sun to shine again, because I feel like somebody is going through some sort of an emotional storm here. The stormy thoughts, the stormy emotions, they need to be laid to rest. They need to be left go of. So doing that healing is very, very important. I'm seeing 144 again for this reading. 1144, you could be seeing this. We have the Emperor, which is a 4. We have the 4 of Swords in reverse, and we have the Temperance card, which is a 14. 444. The best course of action to take for the element of water. Oh, look. Stay inside. So, you know what? For some of you, we may be going through the 3 days of darkness, or 10 days of darkness, or the days of darkness. I don't know. Some people say 3, some people say 10, but we really don't know here as humans how long that darkness is going to happen. But we are in that solar eclipse energy. That is when the sun goes dark. The snakes, what was that message I got? All snakes die at sundown, right? The solar eclipse, there's not going to be no sun, right? It's going to be totally dark. It's a totality solar eclipse. So the best course of action to take for some of you will be to stay in your house. For some of you. So we have something about timing. The 6 of Cups, which is talking about our inner child. Yeah, look, the 3 people. North Node, South Node. So the North Node in Aquarius and the South Node in Leo has a lot to do with somebody's destiny here. So you're being told to stay at peace. Stay at peace, trust your intuition, and listen to your heart's desires, because your heart is going to guide you. The best course of action with the Home card. Yep. Somebody could be nesting. Spruce up your nest. You're in a period of incubation right now. where you are definitely being protected with the eggs here. You're being protected. Yeah, look, your heart. Home is where the heart is. So, identity, vibration, and soul essence. So, definitely somebody casting some sort of a spell. Could be a love spell. But doesn't have to be. Calm, tranquil, relaxing. I'm telling you, remain calm. Stay in your house. See the sun? All right, so the best course of action to take with the house, eggs, bastion. High Priestess. The Devil. Mindset. So the Devil card in reverse with the Four of Pentacles, I feel like this dark energy is really trying to hang on to those of us who are here to build the bridge between heaven and earth. Why? Because they know that their time is limited. So they're hanging on for dear life here. This also talks about detoxing, maybe the demon of greed. I see 4 pentacles here. So 4 out of the 7 deadly sins. Which could be anything, right? Greed, lust, gluttony, sloth, pride, ego, pride, right? Greed, lust, sloth, gluttony, pride, ego, and wrath. Judgment. Yeah, judgment day is here. The devil's judgment day is here. That's why they're hanging on so tightly. So it talks about going through that rebirth, right? Also talks being called to do something. So chosen ones, you're about to get your envelope. You're about to get your message. You're about to answer your calling. This is all, I feel for some of you, this is also preparing you for your calling. So with the High Priestess in reverse, this talks about secrets. This talks about mysteries. This talks about hidden enemies. It talks about your spiritual journey. It also talks about somebody being protected here. 24 could be significant. See, you got the unlimited mindset with the pentacle on the top. See how something's turning in your favor. He's got his foot on the ground. So grounding your energy. Staying in balance is very, very important here. Look, 444. You can't make this stuff up. Why is the High Priestess in reverse? Yep. Put your time, your energy, and your focus on your home. Clearing out that clutter. So you got 6 pentacles there. Bringing yourself into a state of balance. That's what Spirit is telling you. Yeah. So Spirit is telling you the best course of action to take is put your time, your energy, and your focus into staying balanced. Opening up your heart to giving and receiving. With the High Priestess in reverse. So the 27th could be significant. 11, 11 can be significant. 1144 can be significant. Yeah, because your higher self is communicating to you. You're getting a message here. You're getting some sort of a download, right? So somebody definitely could be watching you at a distance. Somebody who lacks love, somebody who lacks empathy, somebody who, is very verbally manipulative here. The King of Wands, this could be a couple. Two master manipulators. Um, I feel like a lot of people, whoever this is, I feel like a lot of people in the community was secretly focusing on how to break you. That's what I feel. Or how to manipulate a situation to gain something from you. Mm-hmm. So that is what I feel. So the best course of action is to focus on your heart space. Focus on bringing yourself into a state of balance. Focus on listening to your intuition. Um, you could also had somebody who was a secret enemy who was so focused on ruining so focused on um keeping you in isolation, keeping you focused on a lack mentality, that scarcity mindset, that it's like they were just so focused on gathering up a group of people to come up against you at your house. Like, it's stupid. All right, so outcome for the element of water. I'm seeing the letter J on here and B. So think about it. Preparing the clam, you could have rejected somebody, but I'm seeing the letter J on here is very significant. So the outcome for the element of water. Yep, look, the snake. Master manipulator, sneaky snake. Trying to ruin somebody's reputation. Coming in like a flame and turning a cold shoulder here. Mm-hmm. The Ten of Wands talks about burdens. Breaking ancestral curses. Generational curses. That's what you're here to do. You are down here to break generational curses. Some of you could be a Jesus and Mary Magdalene descendant. To break through the illusions, right, of coming into aligning all of your chakras. This could also be health issues. I'm telling you, and then there's the cross and your ancestors. You're here, water signs, to break a generational curse. That is what you're here to do. All snakes die at sundown. This video is coming out. This prophecy is about to come true. So you had a Queen of Wands who was a master manipulator, who was a sneaky snake behind somebody's back. Mm-hmm. And they're about to be exposed. All right, so outcome, sneaky snake, Queen of Wands. Look, spider spirit, divine counterpart. What did I say about the Christ consciousness? The persecution, the ridicule, the mockery. Spider, fate, destiny, free will. Trying to manipulate somebody's free will. Mm-hmm. Somebody they like made some sort of a spiritual contract. An air sign here. See how the sword is coming down through the crown? By trying to manipulate somebody's free will. But the truth is coming out about this master manipulator. See, they could have been doing some sort of ritual. See how he's cloaked in that robe? Some sort of a ritual. So there could be a reconciliation happening between the two divine counterparts. Something that's fated. Something that, look, we have fated meeting, and then we have fate, destiny, free will. I'm telling you, somebody was trying to manipulate somebody's free will, their thoughts. And they were so committed to doing this. Yeah. So somebody found peace with the situation. I'm telling you, somebody was warned. Somebody was warned. Somebody was warned here. Somebody heeded the warning and found peace. Not allowing this demon to keep tormenting them. This could be somebody you don't even know, right? This also talks about somebody going into that shadow self. Let me see something. Yeah, trickster spirit. Look, I told you, the slave. The slave. Somebody who's in that king energy, the God complex. Archangel Michael with the blue energy could be stepping up in us here. All right, so snake, spirit of stranger, demonic spirit in blue, serenity, tranquility, and peace. I'm telling you, judgment has been called. 24 energy, judgment has been called. Look, somebody, I'm telling you, 3 people working together, collaborating together to try to overpower somebody and steal their spiritual identity. Look, the sun and the moon in Leo. Trying to isolate, but somebody wants to come back around now. Somebody wants to come back around and work something out. But it's just an illusion. You could have seen something in your dreams. Remember, what was that, the song with the best of my love? Judgment has been called. Seven and 4, 11. July 4th. I'm telling you, that video is important. Saturday in the park on the 4th of July. That song's by Chicago. That's where, you know, who is from, who just got elected. The same year that our president got elected. Something about the energy of 4 here. Somebody is divinely protected. That's why a judgment call has been made. Archangel Gabriel calling his people. The message in the bottle. Calling his people to guide the collective across the bridge between heaven and earth from the 3D, 3D to the 5D. And in the 4D, that's where the detoxification, the like everything is going to be cleared and cleansed, that, you know, into the collective. So I'm telling you, somebody better be prepared, because they're about to get their envelope. This is part of somebody's calling. Water signs, Cancer, Pisces, or Scorpio. Archangel Gabriel's calling somebody. I just heard Hotel California. Holy Amethyst, Divine Alchemy. Move beyond your current challenges and focus on what you desire. So yeah, use a piece of amethyst to help transmute or with alchemize any toxic emotions. When it comes to any current challenges that you're going to be having this week, Melchizedek tells you that you've already learned from this experience. Now more inner study is required. So you're being called. You could be getting some sort of a download, which is activating your clairaudience, or your higher calling, somebody has a very high calling here. Very high calling. Yeah, inner voice. I'm telling you. Clairaudient. Clairaudient. Somebody is very gifted. That's why I'm seeing Archangel Gabriel activating that clairaudience. Somebody here is very, very gifted. See how he's got the third eye? Psychic abilities. Whoever I'm talking to, you're here to heal Mother Earth. You're here for the great cleansing, the great awakening. And that's why you've been through everything that you have been through. Because it is part of your destiny. It is part of your higher calling. You've learned a lot through this experience. And one of the things that you have learned is being put under pressure, turning you into that beautiful diamond. Realizing that everything, people, place, and situation had a value to it. What has not killed you has only made you stronger, which has caused you to tame that inner beast. What you have learned is everything that you have been through has prepared you for this particular time frame. Yeah, you found the light. So go out in nature. Bring yourself back into a state of wholeness. Recognize your own power, the own power of your emotions, the own power of your thought.